Welcome everybody to my sample tutorial for old school beat production. Today I'm gonna show you how I can go on for sampling or which line I like to follow if I want to sample something for a hip-hop beat. And there are lots of other ways people like to do. I prefer this way that I'm gonna show you today. I'm actually just working in the arrangement mode and using some effect chains to figure out the sound that I want in my mix. And please don't judge me if there's anything technically wrong. I'm not an expert. I didn't study anything with this. I just like to spend my free time with making music. So first of all, it's really important to find out what to actually sample, and so it's pretty good if you're listening to music a lot, like Spotify playlists, YouTube playlists, or when you're on parties, in bars, in other countries. Just collect song names or make screenshots of the sweet spots that you really like to sample or that you just like to hear maybe, and save them in a good organized list or folder wherever. And yeah, then let's get started. The song I like to work with today is from Ismael Rivera, El Nazareno. I was listening to it in the train, and yeah, there was just a nice spot in around 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So I would say just let's listen to it. It's a pretty good thing if you sample from vinyl, but in my case I don't have any vinyl from this song, and it's also okay just to download it or to use the MP3 that you have. It always depends on what sound you want to reach. So it doesn't matter about the quality that you have in the beginning. If the quality has no influence at the sound that you want to reach, yeah, you have actually no borders. Here I prepared already the sample or the loop. You can listen to it again. Everything I did is I put it a little equalizer to reduce the frequencies in the high resolution part, and I took out the subs. And of course the utility from Ableton Live, which is just having influence on the width of the sound. It's actually just to reduce the stereo image and to put everything a little bit more in the center. So the next step I did is I added just a simple breakbeat from the Ableton Live sample directory. I chose this one because it really fits in the breakings to the rhythm of the sample. Of course, this is not the end, and this is also not what I'm gonna use at the end. Maybe a few parts of it with the breaks, or maybe I'm gonna cut out the snare and put it somehow in the mix. But this is not what this video is going about, and this is just about the sample. We are gonna build now a little bridge. I'm just gonna call it bridge, just to go on with the sample, just to have a melody, just to have motivation. Okay, it sounds nice. We can do something with it. So now that we have the drum kit here already, we are gonna add a bass. So we're gonna start with the bass here. You couldn't listen to it. That's pretty cool. Quantize my notes that I played, of course. So. Yeah, it's pretty simple and it doesn't sound so interesting, but we are one step further and now we can listen to our first level of what we sampled. After a couple of times listening to this, I thought, okay, this is actually it's quite easy just to crop out a piece of another song, a really complex song actually, and to put a drum kit that is sampled, a bass line that is really, really simple. For me, it was too easy. I was just not proud about this. It can be more creative. I started taking the sample that we have here, and I was in love with this piece. So let's just listen to this piece. We crop this out and we're gonna reverse it and put it in double of the BPM. Oh, we forgot to complex pro. And what we've done now is something completely else. Like, it's really hard to recognize it's taken from this song. And which sounds like that. This is really completely different, and yeah, I came to the idea, okay, let's calm down this project now with the sample where I just cropped out from another track, and let's take this sample. And for that, I'm gonna change now the project. So now in the next project, I have my simple arranging. I'm gonna make another video where you can see how I'm using the return channels for the sidechain and for reverb and so on. But now about the sample. I have it here in a group called Instrument 1 and it sounds like that. Yeah, as you can see, I put it already a little chain here on an effect chain on the channel. I can explain you now really short and fast what are these effects doing. This is Glitch. It's a really, really good plugin. I love it. It's not so expensive and you can work really fast with it. You have the randomizer option. But I'm using just the gator and the delay, actually two effects that you can also get with your standard plugins, but for me it's just in the workflow that I just put here everything full and can then arrange the modification of the effects. And so it sounds, without this glitch, it sounds like that. So what I did, I took out here a little bit the frequencies and this makes it like a little crunchy. The next filter, no, it's an equalizer, is the fab filter equalizer, just to reduce really these frequencies on a really small part. And after that I'm gonna compress it. And to put it in the stereo image, like just pre-put in it, it's not really mixing it. I took this utility pre-installed in Ableton with this width, and a gator in the end again to cut away the noisy and like stupid noises between here. You can see really well where it's going down. Yeah, in this case now I had to change, of course, the bass line. The bass line sounds now like this. And there's another sample I found by the time. It's called Duke Ellington, Cat Anderson trumpet solo, and it's this part here. I just cut it out a little bit, and yeah, this is and that's actually pretty weird, because in the beginning we had something completely else. What I do now with this sample is also quite interesting, because with this sample we just did like the double BPM. Actually it's the half BPM, because you made it like double as long as before. And with this now we're gonna make the opposite. It sounds like that. So we just need it until here, around there. Exactly. We can crop this sample again and just put here, no, wrong side. Exactly. And this is what I did here already. In the end, I also added a guitar. It sounds like that before. I'm gonna check if I have the sample here, how it was before. So it's the same thing that I did with my trumpets. The trumpets also are doubled, and one channel of the trumpets is pitched down to -12, just to give more mid to the mix, which is in my case really nice to that your track is not becoming too complex. And you just need a couple of instruments to fill the frequency band. And the same I did now to the guitar. Of course, I forgot to tell you that all my channels are running through 3 return channels. These 3 return channels here, reverb, delay, and ping pong, and some of them are going just to one of them, some of them to all of them, and yeah, I just use it how I want it, and it gives a little bit room to the mix directly. So if I turn this tree off, you can listen just to the clean sound, but before I have to turn off also the chain on my channel. That's what it sounds like in the original, and what I did, I added again the glitch, and yeah, which gives the sample a really nice gating. So when I add now again the reverb, no, the return channels, you can pretty nice hear what effect it has. And that's not all. I also added the Saturn to give like a little, like a guitar effect. I really like it if it sounds like a crunchy guitar, which is a lot of compression and noise. So in the end, we have to add also the equalizer, because I don't want all the frequency in my mix. And the utility to put it in the right width. Yeah, and I don't use now anymore the same drum kit. I have another drum kit which is also just improvised. As you can hear, it's pretty simple, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe the channel for not missing the next tutorial.